Hello and welcome back, my stylish friends. This video has been created to help you with the 3 patterns I have at my Etsy shop when working front post and back post leaves. As you see, this pattern can be used for different projects, and in this video I want to show you the stitches you will be using in each pattern. So let's focus on beginning stitches. When you work in scarf, you want your edge to have either chain 3 and you can work your pattern, or you can use the same stitch as you're using when you're making triangle shawl, when you're making chain 3 and you adding 1 double crochet in the same stitch. You can use both stitches, just choose which one you want to use and use across your pattern. Also, you can use the 3rd stitch that I'm using when working head, and this is making 1 double crochet right away after making chain 1. So let me show you how I do that. I chain 1, I turn my work, and I make yarn over like making a regular double crochet stitch. Put your hook through and you have 3 loops. Now what I will do, I will yarn over and pull my yarn through the 1st loop and the 3rd loop on the hook. So I'm incorporating the 1st stitch I make into my double crochet stitch. Once I have 2 loops on my hook, I pull yarn through both loops, and to finish this stitch, I need to make 1 more chain 1 on the top. So this is how I make my first double crochet stitch in many projects, but choose the one that you are most familiar with or you like the most. So let's make front post double crochet. You yarn over and you place your hook behind the post, and then you make 1 double crochet. That is front post double crochet, because double crochet, it's appearing of front of you, of front of your project. So let's do this one more time. To make a front post double crochet, you placing your hook behind the post, pushing your double crochet stitch from the previous row to front. Okay, so let's make another stitch, which will be back post double crochet. As you see, I place my hook of front of the post but from behind of my work, and I'm making double crochet stitch. So let's do this again. You're going behind your work, but you're placing your hook of front of your stitch. By doing that, the post will appear on the wrong side or in the back of your project. And just a reminder, in these projects, chain 2 does not count as a stitch, so you do not need to count your stitches using the chain 2 between leaves. These chains are only for decoration purpose and making the leaf appear more realistic. When you're making scarf or blankets, you have to calculate how many stitches you need for your project. And as I explained in my pattern, you will take the number of stitches that you need for 1 leaf plus 1, plus the edges of your blanket or scarf. So with this project, if I want to make the same size leaf blankets, I have 3 stitches on the edge 12 stitches for my leaf plus 1 for the second leaf on my wrong side, I multiply my 13 stitches as many times as I need, and I will add 3 stitches on each side of my blanket. Now let's focus on increasing stitches. We will be making back post double crochet increase. In order to do that increase, you will make your first back post double crochet stitch. Once you're done with that one stitch, you go back and you make one more back post double crochet stitch in the same stitch previously worked. So I'm going again in the back post under the stitch I made, and I'm making another double crochet stitch around the same post. That will be double crochet back post increase. So I'm making 2 stitches around 1 stitch. And as you see on the wrong side, they look like front post increase because we making reversible stitch. Now let's make decrease, front post double crochet decrease. You're placing your hook as you will be making front post stitch, but you're placing your hook under 2 stitches at the same time, and you're making 1 front post double crochet stitch. This is front post double crochet stitch decrease. So you are decreasing stitches by 1 stitch. You're taking 2 stitches and you're making 1. And of course, this is reversible stitch. So on the wrong side, looks like you make back post double crochet decrease. And again, as a reminder, when you start decreasing stitches and shaping your leaves, you will no longer make chain 2 in the middle of the leaf. You just skip those 2 chains and continue working your front or back post depending on the side you are working on. And you always want to be symmetrical. So if you decrease leaf on one side, you as well will decrease on the other side. So I'm at that point that I need to decrease my stitch again. I have last 2 stitches, and I will make front post double crochet decrease. Also, you can call this 2 front post double crochet together. Now let's make another stitch, which will be increase with chain 2. You will start as usual by making 1 back post double crochet stitch, and before you increase that stitch, you will chain 2. So you are making 2 back post double crochet stitches around the same stitch, separating those stitches with chain 2. This is the beginning of your new leaf, and does not matter on which side you will be working. You either make back post 2 double crochet chain 2 increase, or front post 2 double crochet chain 2 increase. And also when you work in scarf or blanket, the number of stitches in each row should be the same. So once you increase in your project, you need to decrease as well in the same row. So let me show you 2 more stitches, and they are similar that we did before, but we are doing on a different side. We will be making now front post double crochet increase. So like we did before with the back post, Instead of working stitch in a back post, you will be making front post, but you will make 2 stitches around the same stitch. So this is my last regular front post, double crochet, and after this one I will make an increase. So I'm placing my hook under as regular stitch, and I will make 1 front post double crochet. Once I'm done with that, I will make 1 more around the same stitch. So yarn over, go around the same post and make second double crochet stitch. That's front post double crochet increase. And lastly, let me show you how to make back post decrease. The same like we did front post decrease, but this time we are going from behind of our project and we are placing our hook from the back but of front of 2 post stitches. So you making sure that your hook go back once you have 2 posts on your hook. You have both posts and you just make now 1 double crochet stitch. That's 1 back post double crochet stitch decrease. And again, decrease stitches and increase stitches you will make depending on one side of your work you're working. And because this is reversible stitch, you might work both ways. Sometimes you will decrease on the back post, sometimes you decrease on the front post. So once again, this is the decrease on a back post. I place my hook from behind of my work or front of the post to pull them to the back of my work. So I hope this information was helpful and will help you to complete all your projects. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video and let me know if you like to learn something else. I will be happy to create guide for you. This is a very versatile stitch and you can make sweaters, hats, scarves, shawls, blankets, endless possibilities. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for crocheting with me and I hope you have fun working on your projects. See you next time.